Hey YouTube, so here's a little bit of a recap. I went to pick up my paycheck and my supervisor saw me and was like, "Oh goody, you can come in for work tonight." No, absolutely not. You want me to work until closing and stay and help set up a banquet and then get up at 4:30 in the morning so I can be at work. You schedule me at 6, which means since it's an early morning shift and I show up a half hour early, almost like clockwork, I have to be there at 5:30. No. I'm just like, really? No. So then I went over to pick up my daughter's school supplies, my youngest, and they had small school supplies for her, and then her device gets picked up tomorrow or Sunday by her and her dad, which is all fine and dandy. But just looking at everything that they gave me, it's like they gave me all of her textbooks. And I know it's not all of her textbooks, but holy cow. I mean, when I picked up my older daughter's stuff and my son's stuff yesterday, which they got their computers, I was also given a math workbook with each. Just a workbook, not the textbook, a workbook. Which my son started doing some of the problems early, and I'm sitting there going, wait a minute, you're still supposed to be learning Common Core, and you're asking me about questions that I can't really answer because I don't know Common Core that well. I even retook a math class in college that I passed, but we had to retake it so we learned how to teach it with Common Core. I grew up on the Dewey Decimal System, and Common Core is ridiculous extra steps that aren't needed in comparison. So do what you need to do, I guess, but I'm absolutely not qualified to help them with those right now. If they take Common Core out like people keep saying they're going to, then yeah, I can teach it all day. I do have an associate's in teaching, but I didn't get my bachelor's because I didn't have time for 13 weeks of unpaid internship. That's all I need for my bachelor's is my student teaching. But even now, I really don't have time for it until business starts picking up for my husband. It's one of those family that works together, right? So it's just kind of weird. You have some people who expect you to be able to do something, and others who think that they can show you how to live your life, shit like that, and it's a little ridiculous, but I guess you're gonna have that. But this whole distance learning thing and everything else, I mean, I'm rambling, and I know I'm rambling, but everything going on in the world right now has made it that much more difficult on everybody. Kids, parents, teachers, police officers, servers, delivery people, hospital workers. And the sad thing is, I'm pretty sure most of it is going to clear up around election time. I fully believe that this was let out the way it is to affect the election. Not only affect the election, but affect policy change. And you can't tell me that for a country that had most of this, they've been dealing with this for a little longer, actually probably a lot longer than we have, they don't have a cure. So it's either they're going to withhold the cure depending on who wins. One person wins, they're going to withhold it and make him look like a jackass. And then if the other person wins, they're are going to release the cure and he's going to look like a hero. I seriously think a lot of this has to do with election time. Now, because of Florida law, I did not vote in a certain primary because I was in Montana on vacation. And I didn't register on time to get a mail-in ballot. So I can't vote for president this year. Which will be the first time since I've turned 18 that I have not voted for president. Even though one time I didn't like either person. So I wrote in Steven Tyler and Alice Cooper. Not necessarily my brightest move, but hey. So, I'm just hoping that all this doesn't become the new norm, because it's making everybody's job harder. Everybody. I think about the only people whose jobs didn't really change is like computer programmers. Except maybe instead of working in a cubicle, they're working at home, which a lot of them probably took their work home anyway. So I'm just hoping that all this blows over soon enough, and I can't wait to get back to the house right now because I've been running errands. And my daughter and I, my youngest, and I are going to fix and spray paint a shelf. So I'm thinking about, recording that because that's going to be fun. And, I took a look at everything on YouTube and I've decided that I am going to be one of those YouTubers that kind of does a little bit of everything. Health and fitness, crafts, rambling, a day in the life of. I don't think I'll be able to do a day in the life of a server where I'm at because it is a privately owned facility, but I might be able to do something when it comes to while I'm delivering. However, while I'm doing my deliveries, I will not be noting which company I am working for at the time because I work for 3 different delivery companies, and I don't want one to get more favor than the other when it comes to YouTube. And I'll tell you right now, I work for Postmates, Grubhub, and Bite Squad. I'm not going to tell you which one I prefer. I won't be telling you which one I'm delivering for at the time. But, a day in the life of a delivery driver in Tallahassee. That sounds like a good video. So, anyways, I'm going to close for right now. And so, I love you all. Blessed be, and live safe.